Listen to this ayah. فَهَلْ عَسَيْتُمْ إِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ. Then it's quite possible that if you turn your backs, Allah tells the Muslims that are thinking about turning their backs from battle, He says to them, if you were to turn your backs from this cause, أَن تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ, that you'll end up creating a lot of corruption in the entire region. You will cause great deals of corruption in the entire region. وَتُقَطِّعُوا أَرْحَامَكُمْ, and you will end up cutting family ties. This is the part that's strange. A surah entirely dedicated to battle, and Allah says, and you'll end up cutting family ties. Surah Al-Anfal, long surah about battle, and at the end, وَأُولُو الْأَرْحَامِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلَى بِبَعْضٍ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. The people that are connected to us by blood, family relations, the relations of the womb, meaning anything that ties me to someone else because of my mother, my sibling, my uncles, the blood ties, blood connections. Allah says they have priority over each other in the book of Allah. Now, if there was a surah about family, and these ayat were in the surah about family, understandable. But what are these ayat about family ties and keeping the family tie together? What are they doing in a surah about battle? What is the connection between those? And this happens multiple times in the Quran. Where did I start this khutbah? I started with Allah stitching things together that you won't expect. Allah in His hikmah does ihkam of the ayats. Allah is teaching us something about the goal of battle. The goal of when kings used to go into the battlefield, their goal was to conquer more territory, isn't it? When kings used to go into battle, their goal was to control the waterways, or to capture new resources, or to enslave people. You know, you want to expand your territory, you want to build your empire. That's how you're going to build your empire, by taking more advances. Or the goal for battle might even be survival. There are people that are coming to invade you, you have to fight back. So it's either offense or defense. This is what battle is. But Allah has given us in very subtle and beautiful language the ultimate goal, why the Muslims fought, why the Sahaba were fighting. Actually, they were fighting to save humanity, and to save humanity, you have to save the family. The real goal is actually to keep the family ties together. Subhanallah. The ultimate goal. Allah brought this deen so people will do right by their family. Alhamdulillah. And now, if you think about this for a moment, Allah Azza wa Jal describes, thank you, that the hypocrites, the worst of them, the ones that are actually undermining this struggle, what does Allah say about them? He says, وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلْ. They cut apart what Allah commanded to keep together. They want to break families. Allah commanded families should stay together, and they try to break them. So in these few minutes, I'm just going to give you a couple of quick pointers about why this is important for you and me now. First of all, Allah is saying some of the greatest sacrifices that the Sahaba were asked to make, they were asked to make those sacrifices, and one of its great benefits, one of the great victories of Islam was going to be family ties will no longer be cut. That's going to be one of the great objectives. You would think when the victory is done, we will have that palace, we will have that island, we will have this navy, we'll have this port, we'll have these. No, you will have family. You'll have family, subhanAllah. This is something Allah puts together that human beings could not have imagined. How can this be the goal? So what does it actually mean? Allah gave us in the Quran, you would be surprised when we think of Sharia, when we think of law, right? And the law revealed by Allah. When you study the laws revealed in the Quran, the vast majority of the laws revealed in the Quran that are in detail all have to do with the family. They all have to do with the family. When Allah is, other than that, maybe Allah will talk in detail about spending in the path of Allah. There may be some details about riba that does not have to do with family. But there's a huge amount of space dedicated to inheritance. What does inheritance have to do with? The family. And making sure everybody's dealt with fairly in the family. There's lots of space dedicated in the Quran on divorce, which is a family matter. Lots and lots of space dedicated to that matter. Why is Allah giving so much importance to matters of the family? Because human beings on this earth, when they were brought to this earth, when Adam alayhi salam and our mother Hawa were both being sent to this earth, Then Allah said, قُلْ نَهْبِطُ بَعْضُكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٍ. You're going to be enemies to each other because of the devil. He's going to make you enemies to each other. How does the devil make us enemies? He doesn't, I don't know you, you don't know me, but you know where the real enemies are going to be? Inside your own family. He's going to try to destroy your own family. He's going to try to make, miscommunication, hatred, anger, resentment, these kinds of feelings between father and son. He wants you to think, oh, my father doesn't get me. My father doesn't care about me. My father does this. My father does that. You don't know how he's been. And you develop this resentment. And he wants to go into the father's heart and say, my son doesn't respect me. My son doesn't listen to me. My son doesn't, he's such a disappointment. He's so ungrateful. He's so this, and he's building this hatred between father and son. تُقَطِّعُ أَرْحَامَكُمْ.